And we're going to start it off with talking about The Shy, that a show that me and 90s both saw, which actually, did you yeah, you actually turned me on to the show, right? I think.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I saw it on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. Like, that was a nice entry level that they gave us.
Yeah. And it's a Showtime show, like I said. It's created by Lena Waithe, who's also a writer on Master of None. She's also an actress on that show. She plays Denise, which is Aziz Ansari's best friend on that show. And she actually just recently won an Emmy. She created this show along with executive producers on the show as well, with Common, Rick Famuyiwa, who Rick Famuyiwa directed the pilot episode. Who Rick Famuyiwa, people might know him. He also was the director of Dope, which is a movie I love.
Okay.
Yeah, so he came in and directed the first episode. And this show has, a lot of good talent in here. You got Jason Mitchell, who people know him. He was Easy in Straight Outta Compton. He was also in Kong Skull Island. He was also recently in the Netflix movie Mudbound. And he plays a chef in here. I'm kind of surprised he actually took up this gig of being in a TV show, because he's kind of seems like he has this burgeoning movie career going on. He's been in a lot of movies recently. So I was kind of surprised to see him there. You also get Jacob Lattimore, who Dust talked to us about. He was in that movie Slight. So you get him in this as well. And you get a lot of different perspectives of people in Chicago, because when she was talking about the show, Lena Waithe, she was saying how she wanted to give a more human side to the people of Chicago and show that how one tragedy can kind of affect all these lives. Like, it's not just a bunch of gangbangers always running around killing each other. Like, there's actually a lot of people who just trying to live and make it in, just living and making an everyday life.
Does Brandon keep the promise? Lena Waithe joins us at the table to discuss. Welcome, Ms. Waithe, and congratulations again to you. Your speech was one minute. We were talking about the day after. But let's talk about The Shy, because this is a real personal project for you.
Yeah.
You're from Chicago.
Yeah.
You were watching the news, and you thought what?
I just thought there are a lot of people talking about the city who never lived there, who never survived a winter there, who never run the streets in the summer there. And I feel like that's the thing that makes me able to really write these stories and write these characters, because I know them. Even these people that I see on the news who I don't know personally, I know them.
What's the story you wanted to tell about your city?
I just really wanted to say that, it's not a jungle. It's not a bunch of hooligans with no hearts and no souls, and that every black boy isn't born with a gun in his right hand and a pound of drugs in his left. They're born with the same amount of hope and joy as every other little baby in the world. And I think, sometimes circumstances and things can affect their lives and choices they make, but I want to show that we're all human.
90s, how did you feel about watching the very first episode?
Man, the first thing I wanted to figure out is, how accurate is this to Chicago life? And I think they did fairly good. They didn't really show nearly as much as I wanted them to, but I looked around the neighborhood. I'm like trying to figure out, like, where are they filming? Like, why did I miss this? Because they're supposed to be on the south side, right?
Right.
Like, it gives me a small sliver of it. Like, one of the main characters is a chef, and I'm like, I feel like they did some type of style behind that, because they gave us a nice little entree, right? And a nice little sample of an entree, I should say.
Okay.
Left me wanting more. Like, this past episode 2 just passed this past Sunday. I missed out on that, and I really need to go back and look at it and see, like, how did they develop this, as I want to say, world. It's really a city and just the people in it. But I just want to see how they develop more.
Okay. The sense I got mostly from it is it feels very much like Treme, if anybody's ever seen that show, where it was an HBO show, and it was focused on people who were living after Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans and how they were kind of dealing with that whole situation. And it was showing the city from multiple different perspectives, and also something like The Wire, also, how it showed the city of Baltimore from all these kind of different perspectives and lives growing up there. And this is kind of doing this similar thing of showing us the Jason Mitchell character, who's the chef, and he's kind of living more of the better life in Chicago because he works at this really nice restaurant. He's trying to really come up and make enough money so he can open up his own spot with him and open up his own spot for him and his girlfriend. You get a sense of the Jacob Lattimore character, who's I guess in his like mid-20s, living at home with his mother. Baby mama drama kind of going on there. He's got a kid. You also got another child actor who you see him and you see from his perspective growing up in an elementary school, middle school, and you see Chicago through his lens. Did you like those different perspectives that they did show with all the people in there and all the different?
I did, but
yeah,
I felt like I did want more from it because you don't really know too much about these people. Like, they just give you a quick summary. It's like, yeah, he's the guy that's a chef. He's just like an average guy. Like, even one of the kids says like, yeah, you don't look like you just look like some average guy. Like, nowadays everybody's like either in a gang or just straight legit like corporate or whatever. And he's like somewhere in the middle. He's just working a regular job, just trying to get through. Like, he doesn't want to get involved in this gang stuff. He's not like shaking up with people in the street or anything like that. He's just a regular guy.
Right.
Got a big stomach and everything.
Yeah, he's just trying to, make it, live, work, just trying to get out of where he was from. His mother's played by Angela Bassett, who Angela Bassett is in tons of stuff now. It seems like she was in American Horror Story. She's going to be in a new show on Fox 911. It feels like I'm seeing her everywhere. It seems like she pops up in a lot of stuff now. She was also in an episode of Master and None as Denise's mother in one episode. So it feels like I'm kind of seeing her a lot of places. So good for her. She's working. So great on her. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. I'm definitely gonna keep with it. I think it has enough for me to keep going. I'm curious as to show because something happens in this in the first episode. I don't want to spoil it if anybody who hasn't seen it.
Yeah, please don't.
And it creates kind of a ripple effect. I think that's interesting to see how that incident and how that ripple effect will affect everybody that you saw in the first episode, and how it'll affect them and how it will eventually, lead to the ultimate conclusion. Because I'm seeing here, it's only like 7 episodes. Right here I'm seeing.
For the season?
Yeah, for the season. That's what I'm saying. So it'd be very interesting to see how this continues and this grows from what happened in it. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in keeping with it and seeing more from it. Most definitely. And if people want to see it, they can see it on YouTube. It's free. You could just check it out on YouTube.
Yes, only for the first episode though, and they censor it if you like anybody cares, but yeah, it's pretty much the same exact episode. They just censor it a little bit.
Yeah, like they blur out some things. They edit out the curse words, stuff like that. So, but
that's no fun.
Yeah,
it still remains the same thing.
It's not like you see any real nudity anyway. Only like the real kind of only thing.
No, it's more like the cursing. Who cares at that point?
Oh yeah, I don't like when they do that, but it's like, well, whatever. It's fine.
It's like the early '90s when they would cut out all the curse words in rap songs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's
It'd just be listening to a song and there would just be like, "I'll take you out the." I don't know where. Like entire songs would be missing. Parts of the song would be missing.
Yeah.
It's a one big Proud Family episode, if you guys remember that.
Oh yeah. So from what we told you about the Shadow there at Dusk, do you think that this is something you would check out at all, or?
I would. I'm intrigued now. You have piqued my interest.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep with it and hope to see something. I think this will grow into a really great show. I think this has really great potential in it.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Yeah,
and I agree as well, man. See episode 2. I really need to watch that. I might just watch that tonight.
Yeah, me too. I'll probably check that out as well. And we're probably gonna come back for a mid-season review to. Well, actually, it's only 7 episodes. We'll probably just come back and watch all of it and give our overall thoughts on the entire season once we're all done with it. All right, so moving on. Hello, thanks for checking out our content. If you liked it, let us know, and if you didn't, let us know that as well. If you want to see more content, we post every Saturday on SoundCloud and YouTube at The Afternoon Tune. You can also find us through various social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all one word at The Afternoon Tune. And if you don't deal with any of that social media stuff, you can also find us through our email at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay tuned.